Alright, so look. Let me know if you can hear me. This is the first live I'm doing. You got your shipper and receiver. This rail right here, which you're gonna see at most of them, you can use this for a beginner workout that's gonna work your whole upper body. And you don't need any weights. So anyone can start off, and there's ways to modify the exercises so that you don't have to feel overwhelmed. So we're gonna start working antagonistic muscles, which means opposites. So a lot of times the people start doing push-ups and they end up with a shoulder injury because they're doing nothing but push-ups every day. But you're gonna get an imbalance in your shoulder by doing that. So what you need to do is balance it by doing chest and back. So that's opposite muscles, chest and back, antagonistic. Same way your bicep and your tricep, opposite muscles, antagonistic. Your shoulder and your lats, all that is antagonistic. Your quads, your hamstrings, opposites. They help balance, and that's what prevents injuries. So we can use this pole, and you'll find them, because most places have to, for safety reasons, have a railing. So that railing is gonna be wherever you go. I've yet to see a shipper and receiver that didn't have a railing. Now, all railings don't have the capabilities of this one, because as you see, it has great space in between. So some of them have tighter space, but this one's perfect. So let's get a little closer. Now, if you've ever been to the gym and you see somebody doing what's called a bent over row, they're bent and they're bringing the weight to the solar plex, which is in between their chest and their abdominals. So if I'm facing this way and you got your lower back, anytime you do a lifting exercise or a leg exercise, you gotta make sure you drop your lower back like Beyonce, right? When she's doing that dance. So you're gonna have to, push your hips out. Bring your shoulders, chest back, push your hips out, and drop your lower back. Your core, we don't have abs just to be on the beach showing off. They're there to support your spine. So make sure your form is right. So they're doing rows. Now we don't have any weights here. So how do we work that with a calisthenic form, which is no weights? It's called an inverted row. So you climb up under, and you're gonna elevate your body on an incline and pull up, drop down. So, now, you superset that. You're gonna do a push-up. There's no weights, but you're working your chest. Now let's say you can't do push-ups yet. You can do a modified version of that, which is you're gonna lean against the pole, and that right there will develop your ability to start building strength in your upper body for pushing, because push-ups are not that easy. Most people can't just come and do full sets of push-ups, but you got to build it up. So going back and forth with that, you're working your chest and back and building balance. So if you run through it back and forth, so you do both sides, that's one set. That's a superset. So now you go do it again. And you can change the width of your grips to hit the muscle in a different way. As you're pulling up, you're squeezing your back. You're acting like your arms are just hooks, and they're there for you to squeeze your back to lift you up to your chest. And then you go right to the push-up. So you come down, make sure your back is straight. You come up, you squeeze your chest together. Now move the camera so you can see it from a different angle, because a lot of people don't do push-ups correctly. Now, some people say the wrists aren't flexible enough to do that hold, right? And that's where the pole will help you. Another thing you can do, put your hands here so they're a little more straight. And then you know you went all the way up when you get there. Touch your chest. Touch your back. Or you come right here. And these will help you develop front and back. Get that balance. And you'll be well, you know, and every trucker, you know, you're right by the office, you're always gonna see some type of railing. And you can use that so that way you can balance your chest and back and not have the shoulder injury that you hear so many people who just be doing it. They're like, oh, I'm gonna do 1,000 push-ups a day. And you can do that, but you're not working your back. Shoulder will eventually get that rotate. You will eventually get a rotator cuff injury doing that. It's gonna happen. There's no way you can just sit there and do push-ups every day. First of all, you shouldn't be doing anything every day. I don't care what they tell you. If anything, you do push-ups every other day. Because you need time to rest, especially like you're tearing muscle. When you are doing an exercise, especially if you're out of shape. So most people aren't, you know, genetically type 2 muscle fiber, you know, dark skin, just naturally cut. Most people are full of type 1 muscle fibers, slow twitch muscle fibers, and are overweight. So when you're overweight doing push-ups, it's actually like you're doing weights because you're overweight. So it's like you're seeing a cut-up guy doing push-ups with weights on him. It's giving him more tear. So if you're overweight and you're doing push-ups, you're gonna tear your muscles. So you need recovery time. The reason muscles build is you break them down when you're in the gym, you're tearing them apart, and then they grow back and they grow back bigger. So if you're tearing your muscles every day, well, how are they healing? When's the healing point? So I would suggest upper body every other day, and then you could do lower body on the opposite day. And you're balancing your body, because most people won't train legs. Then they get all up here and then their legs are weak. So it's best to start off, and you could do 3 as a beginner. You could do 3 workouts a week, 2 upper body and 1 lower body. And you're gonna see results immediately because you don't do anything. Most truckers are not exercising, and this isn't just for truckers. Anybody who doesn't want to go to a gym because maybe they don't want to pay for a membership, maybe they're uncomfortable with just being in there. You see all the new videos of people going in the gym, and it's like, to them, it's like a circus because people are so advanced. So that might scare you. They call it gym intimidation, right? So you can do, a lot of people work at warehouses or offices, and on their lunch break, they have spare time. And you can walk your environment. Start off walking. You take that walk around the compound. Then you know, you're gonna start seeing things around, things like this, like these poles, that you can now say, hey, let me add some strength training, because you can't just do cardio. If you just do cardio, you're gonna end up skinny fat. You have to build muscle, because for one, muscle is what burns fat. Regardless of what you do, you can do all the cardio, running your head falls off. You will lose weight, but you will become skinny fat. But if you add strength training, when you're at rest, because like when you're sitting at that desk all day, or you're sitting behind the wheel all day driving, you're not doing anything, right? But muscle will burn fat during those times that you're not exercising. So you have to strength train with your cardio. Cardio burns more calories than strength training, but only during the exercise. Building muscle during that strength training exercise, it burns less calories, but overall, you'll burn more calories through the day when you're at rest. This is your metabolic resting rate. Metabolic is for your for your metabolism, which is how you burn fat. Your body burns fat. If your body's not burning fat, it stores fat. And that's when, you know, we gain weight. We store fat because our bodies were created to survive. So if a person is not able to eat, like a bear going into hibernation, they store fat. So when we're not eating, our body thinks, okay, we're starving. So it starts to store fat so you can survive. So the only way to burn fat is to build muscle. So you have to strength train. And these, I'm telling you, just doing that right there, front and back, push-ups and inverted rows will set off a whole new thing. You know, and you do that every other day. You can do it Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Well, I would suggest if you're starting off your workouts on Monday, do legs first. Because in your legs, you have a gland that gives you natural human growth hormone, which will release through squat exercises. So, and you don't need weights. You don't have to go in the gym and put a rack on you. Just something as simple as, and once again, maintaining the Beyonce, right? Lower back in, and you drop down. And you come up and squeeze all this at that moment. So that's what you do on Monday to start off your week, right? Then you could do upper body on Wednesday and Friday, and you're done. And that's gonna be different. So hope that helps y'all.